All right, yogis. So let's come up to a standing position. And before we get moving now, let's take a moment. Let's call this standing meditation. Remember, in a lot of yoga circles, actually standing is considered our second meditative position. We're on our feet all day, right? So it is good to practice mindful qualities up here. So take a moment. I like to suggest some subtle movements connecting your mind awareness to the feet against the floor. I'm kind of lifting, spreading my toes, wiggling the toes, lifting the heels. Inner and outer edges are moving up and down. I like to bend and straighten my knees. Just be creative in your opening movements here, please. Shoulders rolling, a little wiggling. I like to consider my yoga an artistic science. Notice artist is first, though, right? Take a moment now. Stand up really tall. Be a little bit more still after some movement. Pull the head back. Roll the shoulders back and down. Relax a little bit on the end. And let's just take a few deep breaths here. A slow inhale in your nose, filling up your lungs, feeling the breath more than normal, holding the breath at the top. And then a nice, slow, long exhale. Maybe a couple exhales out the mouth. Eventually, maybe a more skillful ujjayi, nasal breath. So eventually my lips will seal. Tongue posture, tongue to the top of the mouth. Remember, yogis, tongue posture is very important. A lot of science shows the jaw dropping, pulling down on the fascia, right? It can really help make our sinuses be more clogged chronically. It can make our bones and skin and face structure all change. And really important to have some muscular integrity around the jaw, the tongue, okay? So not just integrity, but the intention of it. I know why I'm doing it. I'm going to remember to do it, okay? Let's start off with something comfortable. The Surya Kriya. Feet may be wide, knees may be bent. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, bend knees. So you can continue your breathing practice here, please. Inhale up. Exhale down. I'm starting a little bit slower. Maybe you start a little bit. Maybe you eventually speed it up a little bit. I'm starting a little bit structured, stiff, controlled. Maybe you get a little bit more fluid. As I start to warm up, I might articulate my core more, right? Kind of adding this fluidity to my movements. If I'm tight, achy, injured, tired, I might stay a little bit more sturdy, less range of motion, less fluidity, okay? Keeping muscles a little bit more structurally engaged. Remember, many ways to do this, and it can be tweaked based on how you're feeling or the effects you want, whether it's flexibility, strength, okay, recovery versus building. All right, so let's keep going here, guys. I'm just going to go through some nice open movements here. You're allowed to take as much time, any of them that you want, all right? Meet me up in standing, please. This is from our ancient Chinese lineage, the Qigong shake. I actually want you to jump, please, okay? So if you're not comfortable jumping, you can keep the feet down. Just go like this. Notice the wrists are shaking. Now I stop shaking the wrist and my shoulders are kind of shaking. I want you to move your body faster than normal, okay? Try to get about a minute straight of this here. Sometimes I actually reach the arms up and do it. Again, be creative, be spontaneous, have a plan, but don't be too stuck on it as conditions change, as we're in the moment. Okay, take a moment there. You know my other favorite movement here, guys. We want to wake up the twist. Now, not only of the core, notice my hips. I'm pivoting to like a lunge. Okay, so that's opening up rotation, but it's also squeezing my thighs together, squeezing my thighs apart. Okay, get it going, guys. Move that body, all right? You know, if I had a full class, a full week schedule on our Zoom, I'd probably have a class or two that was what we maybe called like movement practice or athletic movement practice, where we're just kind of, like I said, filling in some of the holes of yoga. You know, sometimes certain styles of yoga really lack certain qualities of exercise. Let's be aware of it. Let's fill in those holes. High knees, please. Inhale, right knee lifts. You want to march and move those arms. Okay. Main goals for the high knees. Okay. Feel it, guys. Getting the arms is always good, because think about moving like, think of like an athlete. When they're using their body to move, say you got the football and you're running at your competitor and you're trying to cut left, the arms are always connecting to the body's ability to move. You know, if you counterbalance, your arms will reach out to work with your core and legs. It is always good to include your arms, you know, when you're training other parts of your body. They're connected yogis. They're always working together to kind of counterbalance weight and kind of help you move better. All right, so shake that out a little bit, guys. Now take your time here. This is a bigger movement. This is a squatting. All right, it is the big arm circle. Turn the toes out, widen those feet, a little slower, a little sturdier now. Bend the knees, reach low. So this is kind of representing like a deadlift. Inhale up, stretch up. Like really spread out here. You see how I'm in this really wide kind of star pose? Okay, now just notice, yogis, don't let the knees buckle in. Sometimes Zoom is not adequate for seeing form, alignment, right? So as you're doing this, don't let your knees buckle in. Try to press the outer edge of your feet down more. Really all parts of the feet, but particularly the outer edge, the heels, the big toe, okay? Last few, really move those arms more. And I'm taking a few. I'm pretty tight today, so I'm slowing this one down, making it almost like a stretch, especially at the top here. And at the bottom, I'm stretching my hips. Last few, please. Okay, so open mind time. That wasn't even that weird. Okay, so I want you to get a little bit more outside your box. The ancient Chinese lineage, we do martial arts, kung fu, tai chi. Okay, I want you to get a little bit going. Before we get there, maybe one last comfort zone, the squatting. That is a squat, but I do want you to get that kind of nice linear approach here, guys. Get into your chair and hold your chair. If you want to bounce a little bit, nice. If you want to move full range, good, intuitive personalizing. How can you do one more round of squatting to prepare you for something you're not as comfortable with? That's what warm up is for, yogis, getting you ready for that dose of uncomfort. Remember the yoga approach, a couple hours a week in uncomfortable things, right? A couple hours a week outside your comfort zone. Just what the doctor ordered. So I'm going to meet you here. We did a couple rounds of squats, all right? So our first thing is to take a nice stance. Okay, I'm going to get you back here. Start you with the arms. I want you to move your arms faster than you have in a long time. And what I'm going to suggest is actually punching. Shake your hands out a little bit, spread your fingers, okay? Hug your elbows in, and I want you to go into a meditation. You know how we do Bhastrika breathing? You can actually add that, but it's more about doing that with your arms. I want fiery arm, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna punch here. Now turn this into a meditation. Move your arms. Don't only punch forward, but pull back too, yogis. As I push the right arm forward, I'm pulling my left arm back. See if you can keep this going for another 30 seconds. Move your arms, yogis, faster than ever, okay? Get it going. Get the fire going in the body and the arms. This is the fire element, yogis. You're gonna feel it. The fire burns inside, not only the body, the mind. Okay? Shake it out a little bit. Right into our next thing, our kicking. Now, a lot of ways to kick. We could just do this. Or we repeat one side. I'll let you decide. But this is a little longer. Okay? Inhale, lunge. So we're waking up our lunge. Now, yogis, this is full body, right? Try to feel your core. Turn this into a meditation, okay? A body study. You're learning, feeling, growing from the experience, okay? If it's too much, the high knee is the basic. Just lift the knee. Don't straighten that leg now because we didn't stretch you too much. Do about 10 to 15 on the right leg if you're doing the one side. Shake it out. Switch sides. If you're doing the double, just nice and basic. Do a round, take a break, do a second round. Try to have some fun with this, yogis. You know, having fun is a practice. You know, it's easy to get caught up in the dramas of life. So much stuff out there meant to stress us out. We got to remember this is our playtime. We don't want to get too critical of the exercises. We don't want to get too stuck in a pattern. Let's remember to have fun, okay? Let's remember to be happy in this practice, okay? Because the yogis say being happy is a practice. Remember to enjoy life. That's actually a practice. You gotta remember to enjoy life. Being fun is a practice, okay? Let's shake that out. Let's do another kick, okay? Then I'll get you a little bit, you know, slow you down, stretch you out a little bit more. Guys, this is our standing yoga today. We got a few more minutes. It's going to be over soon. This is part of the squat. We've done this before. Think of a side kick. I'm going to get a little bit low now, right? Let's call it a chair pose, right? We're experts at chair yoga. But let's add something we're not experts at. Yogis, start low. Now, if you were injured, would I be teaching you this? Probably not, right? I'd probably say chair, maybe hover a foot, right? You know, be easy if you got something going on. But if you're feeling good, side kick. Do it well. Can you slow down even though it's fast? Be intelligent, intentional, strategic, mindful of what you're doing, how you're doing it. Combined with some craziness. Come on now. Have some fun here, guys. Weird yoga day. Let's go. Ooh, we got a big group today. People sneaking in. If you're just coming in, you know, today is let's explore some territory. We've actually done all this stuff before, right? It's been quite a while. But some days you need something a little different, right? You know, come in, we'll do the triangle. We'll hit all that stuff on Saturday. We'll hit your favorite yoga poses on Saturday. We'll hit your comfort zone in a tough way on Saturday. Okay, yogis, you did punches, right? You did some kicks. Let's slow you down for a moment after we sped you up. Watch me here, a little different. This is dynamic stretching now, okay? Right leg forward, left knee bends. Watch what I do. Dynamic stretching. This is your splits, your pyramid, your favorite hamstring stretch. Done in a different way. I'm going to reach to the floor, reach up and back. I'm actually going to squeeze my butt at the top. You see the back bend. I'm going to bend only my left knee. You can micro bend your right knee. Swoop it up, squeeze your butt, lift your chest. Pull your elbows down and back. Do you see this big arm circle again? Make it a fluidity flow now. After some of this kind of fiery, explosive work, now we're back into this kind of like articulation, stretchy, circling, right? We're countering the energetics. Now remember, you got one leg tighter than the other. You shake that out, please. And then you switch sides. Doesn't have to be perfect, yogis. Be careful with this idea. Am I doing it wrong? You know, that's good to some extent, but wrong is good sometimes too. See, right there, big hamstring stretch. Right there, big chest opener, back activator. Right there, big back bend. It's like a locust, like a bridge almost. Just done in a weird way. Can you figure it out like a puzzle? We don't want things that you're too good at accessing. We want a few things also that you're not good at doing, right? On purpose. This is how we grow and learn, yogis, all right? I'm gonna just kind of start suggesting what's next. Remember, that's our hinge, yogis. That really is a straight leg position there, and happening at the hips. You know I want you in them basic squat legs. Get back into the squat. Now, if you have a block, this is a good one for the block. I would like you to take this one with extra caution. It looks pretty simple, guys, but it is quite big here. I'm gonna squeeze my block. I'm not gonna hold it, okay? We've done this one a lot. This is the big circle now, okay? I'd like you to really get the bend in the knees. Swing it out to the left. You notice you can see like the bottom of my block. And then I bring it up. And now you can see the side of my block and then kind of the back of the block. So my arms are kind of turning my block. Ooh, there we go. This is tough, yogis. This is your side angle, by the way, your favorite pose. This should be a very demanding leg exercise for strength and a kind of very demanding core mobility, you know, moving in strength. This is next here. This is big, okay? When in doubt, do less in this one, okay? It's more than it seems. Last few, make sure you switch directions, please. Arms, core, and legs. Connecting, communicating. Yoga means union, unity. Legs, union, core. Remember that very soon we're going to be on the ground and it's very arm heavy. Whether it's planks, inversions, chaturangas, you'll get some choices. Stay focused, stay with the legs, all right? Let's slow you down now. A balance. Yogis, I'll let you decide today. I'm going to challenge you though if you have it. Keep an open mind, please. Instead of always holding warrior three, that's great. We get too good at it. Let's do the same thing in a way you're not good, right? So basics, warrior three, Tadasana. Warrior three, Tadasana. Extra, half moon, Tadasana. Half moon, Tadasana. Continuing some options. Revolve moon. Left hand in front of right foot. Knee is bent. Tadasana. Yogis, the functionality of the pose is moving in and out of it. In life, we bend over and stand back up. We don't, we bend over and hold it, which we do constantly, but what about the entrance form and like a Kriya? So again, three options. So notice I said, one-legged mountain. We're never really putting the top foot down. Now, weightlifters do this with the weights, right? We have it pretty easy. If you prefer to hold your half moon, your revolved half moon, your warrior three, beautiful. What I say does not serve everyone today. Question your instructor's decisions, but be brave too, yogis. Practice your brave, courageous self in this class, all right? That's a practice too. All right, now make sure you switch sides. Yogis, it's body weight. We're looking at like 15 reps. Really taking your time to feel that. As you get really good at it, it's too easy, you'd close your eyes, right? Okay, that's easy. You'd lift your bottom heel. It's a toe balance hinge practice. So just to be clear, this is like pro athlete ability. They always have the pro athletes lift their heel here, right? So the athletes are so physically capable. So you have them lift their heel and go into a one-legged RDL. And then you have them stand up. Look at all this instability, this opportunity for me to adapt and grow. If you like challenge, you're having a good day, eyes closed, heel hovering of the standing foot, whether it's half moon, warrior three, revolve moon. Last few breaths, please. Stay focused. We're going to be down on the ground soon, having some fun. As you remember, I'm still dealing with my hip injury. It is getting a lot better, but it's still being a nuisance, okay? I got to be a little easy in my demos. Let's shake it out, please. It looks like some of these are done. Some of these are still going. I move forward. This is basically the same thing, the same three poses. I really want you to work this one and respect it because it's more than it seems, but it's really good, guys. First leg, I want you to get in the half moon. We call this the airplane because you're going to get your legs wide, your arms wide. And then what you're going to do, guys, is flirt with opening up to your half moon. And then you're going to go back to your warrior three. If you like challenge, you go to it's not going to be your furthest range. You're not worried about if I can reach my arm to the sky, if I can twist deep. That is not the best approach. We want to learn to stabilize and activate the body in any forms that we're developing in range. So I'm opening up to my half moon. I'm dropping my right hip because my left leg is down, and I'm either in warrior or even turning a little left. Now, you can get more creative. You can bring your right leg, that's half moon with the leg out. I could even go down with the knee a little bit to like a courtesy. So instead of always keeping the legs straight, guys, through this, I'm bending a little. I'm exploring. I'm being an artist in my rigid, two structured yoga poses. Half moon, great pose, but only takes you so far. How can we do a pose you like and you're good at in a way that now is teaching you new things, experiencing new territories in the body and the mind? That's what we're doing. We're taking your stuff and we're just tweaking it. If you don't want to do this, hold one of the postures again. It's always good to get a second round. Maybe you held warrior three, now you hold half moon. Maybe you wanted to get your revolve moon in now. That's okay. Maybe today's not the day to do something new. Make sure you switch sides. I'm going to give you the last few moments here. This is our balance. Yogis, this is phenomenal. Really good for that hip. Watch me. I go here, I go here. That's the main exercise. Open hip, drop it. Left standing hip is the work over there, okay? Last few breaths there. That's right. If you fall, good. Be brave. We want to, you get too good at it, yogis. The emotion's not involved as much. You know I'm going to give you basics most of the time.
Nice, Stephen. Like that slow. Nice, Donna. Remember, we've done just like standing hip circles here. That actually is part of this. We've done hip tilts where you kind of just drop your hip. These are all kind of in the sense the same category of training. You know, we've done like just full high knee all the way through to standing splits. That's kind of the first thing we did. Further, just in case, you know, just to remind you of some creative ways you could go at this. I kind of have to pick something, yogis. Doesn't mean it's the best, okay? So, open-minded time, an exercise I love that we never do. I want you to be careful because the mat can slip. This is fast movement, please. This is the good old classic jumping jack. Come on now, move that body. We need ankle reactivity. You have last 3 standing exercises. And they're all fast. Come on now, last 30 seconds. Move that body. Keep it going. Keep breathing. These last 2 are kind of slow and sticky, bent over. Now you're upright, moving laterally. Okay? Ooh, nice, Donna. Nice, Stephen. You're all doing different things there. Nice, Nicole. Nice, Darlene. Okay. Shake that out. Take a breath. Meditate for a moment. It's like a 10 to 20 second mindful moment. The next one, guys, is the twisting jump. Now, this one's like subtle, but it's actually a lot. Okay? Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my hips, both feet out, left. Turn my hips left. Turn my both feet right. Watch. So just to be clear, my chest is like forward, almost turning right. My feet turn left. You see what's happening? You're skiing on moguls. If you don't know what that is, there's like bumps down mountains. And you kind of boom, 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 boom. It's a twist, yogis. Why are we doing this? Ankle reactivity. Yogis are good at balance, but we need some fast stuff on them ankles. Come on now. You're almost done. Stay focused. And if it doesn't serve you today, that's okay. Stand up, do a tree pose. Do a twisting chair, right? That's fine. Do a standing balance here. Those are more just fundamentals in certain forms of yoga that people has gotten popular. All right, that should spike your heart rate. 20-second meditation, please. All right, yogis, last leg burnout. This is to take you over the edge. This is to bring you to the inner chaos, the panic. You're on the edge of your sanity. How much can you handle of the fire? Now, this is basic, by the way. You can do lunge jumps if you prefer. I tend not to do that in class because we're barefoot, but I do it in my own practice often. Jump squat. Okay, we've done this once or twice. Now, yogis, the key is not to land on stiff legs. I'm not trying to train you to be a pro athlete. If you're a pro athlete, I would do that, but the risk is significantly increased. You get in your chair, you land in the chair. Come on now, I want to see 20 at least. Last standing movement, open-minded jumping. Let's go. If this intimidates you and is difficult, you are doing it correct. That is why we're doing it. You don't avoid difficult. You don't avoid what you're not comfortable with. Be brave, yogis. Practice bringing forth that powerful person in there that comes out sometimes. All right? Right now, be brave. Last few. I want your heart. Ooh, nice, Stephen, that jump twist. I like that one. Just land smooth. The landing is more of the risk. We don't want to like hit and compress our spine. That's why the legs are like shocks and bend. You land hard on the floor, your spine might be not liking this exercise, okay? you guys look down. Do you guys feel your legs swelling a little bit? Okay. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, maybe hands behind your back. Lift the heart, forward fold. Take your forward bend, a couple of breaths. I would say soothe the body. Breathe deep for a moment. Remember the nickname for Hatha Yoga, the yoga of work. Yoga of work. This is work, yogis. Okay, down dog is next. Remember, it's just inversion to inversion. Forward bend at the top of your mat, crown inversion. Down dog is front inversion. So is child pose, same category. What that means, yogis, is the blood flow is directed to the frontal lobes, like the front of your face, your eyes, your brain. When you're in a forward bend or a headstand, it's crown inversion, which means it goes to the topmost part of your head. So take your down dog, pedal the feet out, neutralize, shift gears. Deep breathing again. Slow down for a moment now. You did jumping jacks. That was our lateral. Then you did this kind of like little hop twist. That was our twist, right? So transverse. And then you did the biggest knee bending, the squatting. That's our sagittal. 3 planes of movement, biomechanical strategy. All right, now listen, guys, we're going into the inversion, the classic kind of Hatha Yoga style, the arms. Now, basics would be chaturangas, holding high plank. Holding low plank would be better for most of us. You know, high plank's too easy for you guys. You guys are all too strong for high plank. That only takes you so far, guys. It's not going to strengthen your arms that much. You've been doing yoga 20 years, right? And your arms are still weak. You got to bend the arms. You got to hold low plank instead of high plank. High plank's the warm up. We don't need to warm up right now. I want you to get into a plank, bend your elbows and hold position, and do about 5-8 rounds. If you're ready, you can do a side plank. So that's a one arm, so that's straight arm. You feel good. I want to see a headstand, a handstand, a forearm stand, a chin stand. We're doing Hatha Yoga now, classically, okay? Plank, low plank, side plank, inversion practice, handstand, or forearm or headstand. Let's go, yogis, have some fun here. Remember, headstand A is gripping the back of your head, having the crown of your head down. I am not on the forehead, I am on the top of my head. My elbows are hugging in, they're not way out, okay? I'm trying to relax my traps a little bit here and there. You guys know handstand. Right? You jump up on the wall, you hold. You get about 3 long holds in here with a little rest in between. Remember that straight arm side plank? It's a little bit more for like the back, top, outer shoulder, whereas front normal plank is going to be really very frontal shoulder dominant. But bent arm plank is elbows in. Remember, say you want to work on your bent arm, but it's really tough for you. What do you do, guys? I'll show you even easier after this, but you just bend your elbows a little. You're on the knees, you're here, you hold. Then you go an inch lower, you hold, you hold, you hold, you work. You be brave. You pull the belly in. And then you're up. Then you take a quick breather and you go back down in the depths and you do the work. Grip the fingers, pull the chest forward, lengthen the neck. Okay, so how would I really teach somebody? Say I took on a new client, never really exercised, trying to build more strength for them. I wouldn't really start them on the ground in any bent arm. I'd probably start them in plank. You know, we have them go here, we have them go here eventually. But what would I really do, guys? In case anyone wants to work bent arm, but the floor is a little much. This is what I would do, guys. Look at, I'm upright, I'm bending. This is really where the push-up starts, guys. Right? And then I have them angle a little lower. And we keep angling lower. We wouldn't start you at the full horizontal plane. We would start you vertical. Push-up, less weight. So what would be the end game, right? Handstand push-up. Legs are highs. You know, you keep flipping it. Most beginner upright, most advanced is downward, right? So just some food for thought. That's all it is. Let's have some fun. Another round. Let's go. Maybe you dance around. You do a couple low planks. Maybe you do a little hot. I'm doing pretty basic. You can do flip dog. Fallen triangle would be inner thigh more.
Remember Saturday, next class on, we're gonna do, you know, your favorites, your triangle, your warrior one, your warrior two. You're gonna do your, we're gonna do a couple standing poses that are very classic to Hatha Vinyasa. So let's have some fun time now, guys. Ooh, nice. Hug those elbows in, Nicole. Better. Nice. Nice, Brian. Remember, handstand push-up, you're doing like the true vertical. Really, handstand push-up for the intro is chin stand, right? So remember, this is like, what I'm about to demonstrate is pretty advanced, and it's mainly for Brian, who looks like he's trying handstand push-ups.
So handstand push-up really, guys, is a combination of a vertical handstand, right? And then the chin stand, and it's the dance between the two. So chin stand is here. So handstand push-up is this. Ooh, not warmed up enough, but you kind of saw I did one. I went into the chin stand. If you really want to get the handstand push-up, you got to work the chin stand. And I just showed chin stand with actually not having my chin down. So it looks like this, right? You get good at the chin stand. And then you can press up, okay? That's kind of one of the pinnacles of like calisthenic arm training, because there's so much balance as well. You see how easy I lost that. So it's really, a handstand push-up isn't like up against the wall doing this. I know a lot of people do that. Remember, shoulder press is one of the main ways people hurt their shoulders in the gym, especially wide elbow. If you're doing handstand push-ups like this, that is a really much more likely to irritate shoulder trap, right? The joints up here in the top where your clavicle meets your, what is that called? Your clavicular, scapular joint right there, right? Acromion clavicular AC joint, I think it is there. The push-up is really like this, guys. Now again, this is kind of like advanced yoga. It's not out here. It's not here, it's more here. Okay? Just because I saw somebody doing it, important to know the difference. Yogis, it's playtime. I want to give you another minute. We're not quite done yet, but this is arm training. I want to see like 3, 4, 5 rounds of arms taken to growth message, which means they fatigue, they hurt a little bit, you challenge them, they burn. It was work time, yogis. But remember, it's fun time too. You make it playful, okay? Nice, Darlene. Ooh, look at those fingers. That's pro. Press the big this joint down, okay? You're doing the grip right. Make sure you're not shifting the outer hand. Press this joint down. MP joint of index finger. Ooh, fingertip push-up. I like that. We're always working to be more on fingers. Remember, fingers and toes help core, legs, and arms activate better. So beginners, hand down, right? And fingertips, then it's gorilla hands. So we're always evolving in a posture we do well, how our hands are intentional against the floor, okay? So it looks like a lot of you are done. So I'm gonna do the active stretch now. I wanna remind you, this is more than it seems. A week and a half ago, I believe it was, we did something like this in core class, Sukhasana hinges, piriformis tension. So I want you to do the lunge, but in the pigeon today. We haven't done it in a while. It's been too long for this wonderful pose. This is supposed to be a break for your arms, yogis, and everything you were just doing is basically like a forward bend, let's call it. Thanks for like a forward tension, forward compression. You like challenge and you're getting better at this, you're gonna grab the block. I'm gonna up the level today. We have never done the second part. The first part's beginner. Meet me in pigeon. I'm gonna do the left leg first because it's my right leg injured. If you need to do right leg first, that's fine. Left shin forward. Now we'll slow you down. We shift into legs and back bend from arms and forward bends. Okay? Left shin forward, right foot back. Now, yogis, I'm not having you go down on purpose. We overstretch these lines. The goal is to make your hips operational, functional, capable, not to keep making them hyperelastic. That is a poor approach. Question the yoga dogma. How do they all do it the same? It's not good. The goal is to be strong here. To tuck the back toes, to hover the back knee. You can't see it because my pants and the mat and the Zoom. I'm rolling my right hip down. I'm pressing through the foot. My right knee is actually hovering. It's really a lot for here. Then you get here and you hover. I'm strong here, guys. I'm not trying to be the most flexible person in the world. That's dangerous. Okay. Here's the second tier we haven't done. Remember this one? Block. Circle. Warning, increased risk. Maybe twist. Squeeze the block, right? So arms, core, dynamically strong above legs. So, this would be the basic of that. Much easier. Last moments, power pigeon today.
Now you don't want to hold this one too long, probably, because the demo and the instruction, you're probably been done. My demos go on too long. You've already been in it. You're done with it. That's fine. You just switch sides, right? At any time, you shake it out. If you want a vinyasa, do it now, okay? Because we're going to do, to end class today, downward back. We have to do the active back bend. So make sure you shake it out, please. And then we got one round only, because this is so demanding. Plus you did a lot of squats with the knees wide, same category basically. So right shin forward or left, second shin, left foot crawls back if you're on the right, back toes tuck, back knee lift, outer right foot and shin press down, back muscles, core up and back. Maybe light on the hands, maybe hover the hands, maybe arms up. These are all stages. Maybe block, kind of circling. If this is extremely difficult and on the end a little scary, you're doing it correct. Your exercise should scare you a little, yogis. Too often the instructor's too nice, wants you to like class too much. It encourages you to only be making it feel good. No. The yogis are very clear. A few hours a week outside your comfort zone. A few hours a week, uncomfortable practice. And that is something that's very clear on both science and ancient philosophy. So yogis, we got 16 minutes left. I'm saving a lot of time for like the closing meditative stretching. The more antagonizing the practice, the lecture is, the more kind of we need the unwinding. But we should probably kind of activate our back body. Remember, if you do your crunches and your abs more than you do your back, what are you doing, right? That's kind of a sign of an amateur. Falling into a pattern that's really not serving you to flex more. I want to extend more. Okay, so I'm going to bring you down to the chest. Remember, we didn't do this on Tuesday. Remember that? And in traditional yoga form, guys, there's 2 to 3 back bends in the end of practice. Okay, I'll do active, even though this is stretchy. This is stretchy, guys. Lay on the chest when you're done there. These two are going together. Your pigeon is now morphing into the locust here. I'm going to go straight to the one-legged, one arm, okay? And then I'm going to do something just a tiny bit different. Okay, so it looks like this, guys. I lift the chest, lengthen the neck, pull the head back, pull the belly in, press my pubic bone down, left leg, right arm. Closing active back bends. You feel good? Add an extra movement. Elbow behind, that's your upper back pull. Heel to butt, that's your hamstring knee flexion. Out, down a little. The chest always basically is lifting. Right leg, left arm, palm face down. Pull, pause.
forward pause, neutral, left leg, right arm. So I'm pulling my right arm, almost trying to touch my left heel. Lengthen it, lower it. Last few. Remember, basics is fine, guys. Just lifting the leg and the arm, pausing. I'm adding the extra because we got all regulars and you're all very capable and powerful. You have to remember that. You have to be very careful of the mind state of I'm fragile, I'm weak. That is your fear brain, yogis. People do weird things when they're in chronic fear. Yogis, that's round one. Round two is the double. Now, since we got capable group, we're doing this in the end as a peak instead of in the middle as an opening. I'm going to suggest something here, guys. This is a wonderful thing. It's not easy. I make it look easy because I train a lot. That's all. It's not because I'm young. It's not because I'm talented. My arms, hovering my legs are your favorite. You want to do the double? That's more basic. Both elbows to both heels. Pull the belly and feel all that back line. That is incredible back line. Okay. You want more? Extended locust. Watch me here. I roll onto my left side. I keep my left knee, my left arm and shoulder hovering. I'm in the side body. Did side plank, you kind of covered it. And look at your favorite now, the low boat. Shoulders hover, legs hover. Side body, shoulder hover, leg hover. Locust, legs hover, arms hover, right side, hover. Can you control it all, guys? Can you work to stabilize your body in unstable conditions where you're not good at stabilizing? Can you have fun? Can you practice having fun, keeping it positive when it gets chaotic and challenging? Yogis, it's mental practice. It's not just about can you do an exercise perfect and the attitude. Come on now. After this, we're stretching, okay? Guys, I'm going to call it there. I said 3 rounds. You're more than welcome to continue your back bending. We got 10 minutes left, right? So I'm going to make your way up to a child pose into the seated position. Now, we did pigeon. We did hamstrings, okay? So I'm going to, give an option here. We normally might do straddle. It's a phenomenal one. One we do less often is the frog position. Now, basics is konasana. I really don't teach this enough, okay? I really don't do it that much, actually, personally. Once in a while. I rarely do pigeon stretch either, too, right? So, it's very similar. I'm going to suggest the frog pose. If you did have a wall, I'll show that one today. I love this stretch. We don't get to do it. We're in stretch time, guys. Butt against the wall, legs up, legs open. Oh, I love this one. Love, hate. How do you do it if you don't have a wall? Butterfly, frog, or the full one is this weighted straddle here. My upper body's in plank, shoulders over hands, weight is in my hands, and I'm widening my feet. First stretch, let me give you another minute or so.
Just putting your legs up and your hands behind your hamstrings. It's like happy baby. Basically just having your hands behind your thighs, opening your legs. That's the same. So if you're doing the straddle, get your butt all the way to the wall. Your butt is all the way at the wall. It can be slightly, inch or two off the wall, but get it up there, get it to the wall. Let's just, settle down a little bit now, yogis. All right. Intense practice, both verbally and physically here. Couple deep breaths, calming your nervous system. We don't want to take the stress of our exercise with us for our day. Let's get into that calm, mindful variation of ourself. Okay. Now, I'm just going to suggest another stretch, right? We didn't do like stretchy cobras, and our standing stuff didn't have stretchy front. We're lacking that a little. Our biggest frontline stretch was probably our pigeon, and that's only if you can activate in it well, right? So I'm going to give you that nice stretch. No rush if you're just getting into what I described, you know where to go. This is the reclining child pose. Now, it's called saddle pose in yin.
You can do Virasana. That's where the knees are together, the feet are slightly wide. This one is actually where the big toes touch and the knees go wide. I actually sit on my heels and I go back. Notice if I position my arms here, get a nice chest stretch too. All right. I'm squeezing my back together. I can let the head fall back a little. Just be easy. Take your time. No rush getting here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a nice twist. And you'll be done. All right. So take your time with more practice. Notice the heels are, as I go further back, I kind of have to adjust my glutes relative to my heels because they can get kind of like stuck underneath. So I kind of like fidget a little bit here, still sitting on the heels. They're not rolling out either, guys. I'm on the top of my foot. I'm on the front of my ankle, not on the outer edge. With more practice, guys, you're going here. It's called reverse child pose in some circles. This is a very big stretch that I make look easy, okay? Don't force it now, come on. I'd rather see you force strength than force stretch. You kind of really push those last reps.
You don't push further in the stretch necessarily. But again, this is to stretch our front body. Okay. Hurt the knees a little bit. Yeah, the knees are a tricky one, guys. I always grab the padding. It's just like any gym. Usually their stretching surface is like very padded. They're like those thick gymnasium mats. Sometimes it's tough, yoga mats are on the hardwood maybe, and there's a lot of yoga mats are so thin. You see I have these like mantra and life form mats. They're a little more expensive, but in my opinion, they're worth it. I like a thick mat with some grip. The old cheaper style mat you find at TJ Maxx or at Home Goods, they work, but they're a little, little thin, little junky. Good to invest in a good yoga mat, I'll continue here, guys. This is for our outer stretch, our core. If you'd rather do a plow or a block pose, those can work. I'll just teach that nice spinal twist.
Because our twist, guys, we didn't do too many. We did this mover. We did this mover. You might have done revolve. A nice stretchy one for you, right? A basic, guys, could be something like this. I don't teach this one enough. It's really phenomenal, right? You can do something like this, something like this, or this, right? You cross your thighs and you turn. I love the Kundalini one where you widen your feet, drop knees left, turn left. Any twist is fine. I want you to make decisions, guys. I don't know what's best. These all serve me based off the intuitive current conditions of the body, mind, listening and communicating. If you're too stuck in a pattern, it becomes wrong. If you're never approaching new, you're doing it wrong. What haven't you done in a while? This could be the one because we don't do it enough. Last stretch, Maybe a quick touch your toes. Meet me in closing meditation, please. Remember, if there's one 2 to 5 minute part of this class you're not allowed to skip, it's this one, guys. You don't want to take the antagonizing effects, the stressful effects of exercise with you. There is scientific evidence. Say you're doing a very tense workout and you walk right out of the gym in your car and your nerves are still firing. You know, you're in an antagonized stress state. You're more likely to have a stress response in life. You want to calm the stress of the exercise deeper. The stretch started it, but now you finish it. Okay? So comfortable position, seated, laying. A deep breath or two, you shake it out. And a still, quiet, calm, relaxed self. Breath is calm and neutral. Body is calm and neutral. Seal it in.